Okay, ready?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay, so now we're gonna go over Colossus, since we just finished Nissan. Start with my build. So, unlike them, it's just me in here. So, I have a lot more space and it's a lot easier. This side of the bed is where I usually sleep on. So I use this half to sleep on, and then this half, any other gear that I have, I just set it on this side. I don't have a roof rack yet. That's definitely on the list for future stuff, but I have to keep all my gear inside of Colossus. So that's why it's on the side, and it helps that I'm alone. I also have these black sheets that I use to cover everything, so that when we're like in the town or whatever, people don't like look in and see everything and all that. We also use this for our California trip as like covers, like sun covers, like shade and stuff. Yeah.
It also helps that you have the reflectix to like stop people from looking in too.
Right. So at our campsite, we're at Ponderosa Campground. This is in Utah. Are we still in Kanab? Is this? Yeah.
We're like right outside of Kanab.
Yeah, we're like right outside of Kanab, and we don't want to just keep bringing both of our cars to all of our adventures. So we leave Colossus here, and I just jump in Nissan and stuff. So it helps having the cover so that people don't peep in and look in, look at all the gear. I guess we can start with the reflectix. So same thing like what Roman and Jade did. I cut out reflectix stuff to the shape of the windows, and it basically keeps in heat or cold, whatever it is, or reflects the sun so that it doesn't get hot in the car as easily. Theirs was a full-on like window cover already, like sun cover, and they just cut it. Mine was in a pre-made roll that was like 25 feet or something, and then I just like cut and shaped it, and it's like malleable enough that you can just kind of shove it into the window cracks. I have like 4 blankets in here because I get super cold, so I didn't want to use a sleeping bag, so I just like bundled up and stuff. I do have a sleeping bag right here just in case if it does get colder. I also have chains too. And my hammock usually goes in this spot too. So I think we can show the little build out thing that I did first. So I'm a product design major, and I got really excited to like build out my car. Originally I was looking into getting vans and stuff, but just like money wise it didn't work out. So I was already like doing CAD models and like doing sketches of like different ways that I can do stuff. And then after getting this Jeep, I had to kind of change that mindset and make it like a lot more simpler. So this isn't done, like I didn't actually finish it. I finished it like right before I moved out of my apartment, which was right before I went on the month-long California trip and stuff. So I was like rushing, I was like sawing stuff in my parking garage, and I literally built this like in my parking garage at the apartment. When I had to wood glue stuff, I used wood glue instead of screws just to make it even easier. And I was literally drying stuff in my bathroom of my apartment. Like I had this giant wooden thing in my bathroom with like napkins and like all that to not get it on the floors, and like just like glued it up and stuff. So you can always find the opportunity to build stuff, you know? But basically what I have is a wooden platform. See, like this is an extra piece of wood. I have the tools that I need to finish this, but it's like slide out table things, and I made 2 of them so that I could have like one closed or one open and be kind of on this side and be kind of covered if it's like raining a little bit, or just have like one side cooking and one side having like maybe the actual food or utensils and stuff. So that just slides out, and like I said, it's not finished, so it's not actually, there's nothing above these underneath the bed that's keeping it in.
It's a little bit wobbly.
Right, it's a little bit wobbly, but it still works, and like the weight of the mattress is what keeps it down. So,
and that's mostly for like your camp stove or something when you actually decide to cook food and and not be a Chipotle chef.
Yeah, so I don't actually cook. They're like super good cooks. They are good cooks in general, like when we're back at home and stuff, but then even on camping stuff, I don't know how they translate it perfectly to camping. It's like they didn't even leave the kitchen. So and then there's me eating like cold chicken out of a can and stuff, or
disgusting.
Like canned soup, you know. So
you literally have the stuff to heat it up.
When I do use my stove, that's when I pull it out.
Have you used it yet this trip?
What?
Have you used it yet this trip in the last 6 days?
So this next part of the build. So if you look right here, I cut out like this wood to the shape of this curve, and this is my rear tire well. So I basically, there was already a cover to the rear tire well just like theirs had, but I removed that and then rebuilt it out of wood so I could raise it and then have these pull out sliders. So that was like the reasoning. So I have this handle, you just pull it up, and then some paracord with some like metal hooks just hook up to these the trunk hinges and just holds it. And then this is where I keep a lot of like the basic like camping gear and stuff. I got these bags from dollar store, these like little backpacks, and I feel bad because if like a kid went into dollar store to find a school backpack, but like I need these for my trip, you know? I wanted to be as like organized as possible, so I labeled all of these bags. So like this is my hygiene and laundry, so I have all like extra toothbrushes, toothpaste, like cleaning supplies, that kind of stuff, bathing supplies, and it's all in these bags. I have a cooking bag, so then that has like cutting boards, knives, spoons, all that kind of, I don't know, what do people cook?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know, I don't
just
think.
Filled with can openers. Camping gear, so survival stuff like fire starters and flashlights and all that. Toilet paper, miscellaneous stuff. I still have my extra spare tire in here. Unlike some people.
We should show off our med kits. Do you have a med kit in here? Like after we showed off?
I do, yeah.
We like built out a specific med kit for like our type of trips. I mean, we're also like first aid, CPR, medically trained. True. So
then there's me.
And there's Bryce, who just like cuts everything off.
I'm like, I'll just slap some hand sanitizer. No.
Hand sanitizer. Can I clean off my can opener with hand sanitizer?
I literally said that the other day. I was like, it'll probably clean.
Oh my god.
Anyways, like I have a like first aid kit thing right here. So, and this is more closer, so it's easy to access. There's the black sheets I talked about. I have little like foam. This was just like, it was gonna be thrown away. It was from other like packaging, and that's the thing. Like you can utilize free stuff, like finding simple things like that you would throw away just to use. So, foam to keep the propane tanks from like rattling and stuff. Again, $1 dividers, like little organizers that I just throw like towels in and stuff. And
you're way more organized than us. You also have less stuff. But
you guys have 2 people and a dog, so. Yeah. But yeah, so that's like mainly where I keep everything. I'll show you guys my solar panel after, but it's a super thin solar panel, and that just lays right on the top as well. But if you look like under here, I was thinking about adding like, I could have like mesh stuff, and I have, my original design had like metal things that I screw into this part, and then I had a light bar and its sensor, so when I open it, it would turn on the light, so when it's dark I can see everything. So I kind of like geek out about all this stuff, but I was like really excited to build it. But that's the tire well.
You want to go lay in the bed, open some doors?
Yeah. I was super fortunate that my dad had a mattress that randomly fit absolutely perfectly.
You didn't have to do the pad thing like we did.
Yeah, I didn't have to do the foam thing, so I'm like really fortunate with that. But it's literally just like a straight up mattress, and I just bed it like a normal mattress.
And it literally fits perfectly.
And it's literally the width, like look at that, it's right here. Yeah. And like that's the edge where the other wheel is.
It's made for Colossus.
Okay, on this side, again, like when you're car camping and stuff, like you kind of start looking at your car differently. Like all the spaces and all the things that normally have one use and what it's designed for, you start thinking about different ways that you can utilize it. So again, with like space-wise, we're using every single open location. So this is the bottom part where you fit your feet. I have my food bag, and then my water jug, my 4-gallon water jug, and that's a rectangle, so then it fits like perfectly. Yeah. Underneath my seat, I have like a roadside emergency kit that has like jumper cables and whatever other
like we had under our footwell.
Yeah. So like my head, I fit like literally perfect in here. You know, it's kind of funny because since I'm 7'8", that they would even have cars designed
somehow taller than me.
Anyways, I'm pretty comfortable in here. Again, like once this stuff, once I get a roof rack and stuff, that it can go above. But I could even throw this in the front and I would have this entire bed to myself, you know. I do have LEDs that these were originally in my room. I was gonna throw them away because I thought they were only one use, but then it had sticky still left, so I just slapped it on the roof, and that plugs into my Jackery. I also just have this like little lantern thing that I can take or like use to go pee or something, you know.
Do you ever just like stand in the door so you don't have to put on shoes and just pee out the door?
No.
I did that just the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, I could just literally crack the door open and
just roll down the window.
Right here, I just have like my camera gear. This is my stove. I really wanted a portable stove, so this is the jet boil thing. Again, these are pretty expensive, but I was originally like living in my car for a decent amount of time, so I wanted like good long-lasting gear. And this is my uke, so I can play some jams. Again, with space, like every little pocket has stuff. Like this is to clean dishes and stuff. This is like hand sanitizer and like rags and napkins. So on the inside right here, I have a Dometic. I think this is their CFX 35. You've seen it in like other videos, but it's a fridge, and that gets powered by my Jackery, which we'll show later. It's charging in the sun right now. But we can fit like decent amount of like cold stuff, groceries and all that. And again, like these are expensive things, but you obviously don't need it. Like Jade and Roman have taken coolers that work fine.
We throw it in the roof rack, right, and it stays cool all day.
There's ways that you could literally buy like a $10 cooler to use and just like get ice, which costs like cents, you know. You don't have to be discouraged by like seeing expensive stuff like this, you know. So that just sits out in the front, and it fits perfectly when I rack the seats forward and fit the bed in the back. Right here, this is my handy dandy chair.
Got it very tall chair.
Got it from Ross for $8. Check this bad boy out. Ready? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I don't need anything like fancy for chairs. I wanted to like save space, so
spends hundreds of dollars on a fridge, Jackery,
and spends like $1 on like
organizers. A stool.
Whatever.
You have a very interesting like money scheme going
I'm like
on
fridge.
Here.
I mean like step stool that I use as a chair, but I can also like, you know.
Now you can see the top of Colossus.
I can like be 9 feet tall. So I don't know. There's like multi uses, and it's like walk. I can go on an adventure, you know. So it's just like stuff like that. And again, with the space, like it just slides right here. Boop. So it doesn't take up space. I use this section just to hold like utensils and other gear that I don't really want to lose and stuff. Also, these are the stickers of all the places that I've been with Colossus.
And the bananas? Where'd you get those from?
That was on another adventure, so that just stays there.
Was that adventure to Walmart?
Yes, it was. Alright.
Can't see into the car at all because of the reflectix.
Yeah, I like have it completely covered. I usually use the front seat as like my dirty zone. So I'll usually get into the front seat, do whatever changing or like the day's clothes or whatever, change in this section or eat, and then after doing that I jump in the back where I'm like cleaner. So that's just like my
Janice
thing.
Is rubbing off on you.
She's definitely gotten me to be much cleaner of a person.
Well, you're more organized than we are, that's for sure.
This is where the cables are that hook up to the lights, and that just comes across there, and the battery is usually on the footwell of the passenger seat. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup of this side.
Definitely a little bit more of a one-person gig going on here.
Yeah. Like I literally can use every space just for myself. You know, it's kind of selfish. I have these Sea to Summit compression bags. They're like $20, which don't do the math because they have like 3 of them. But
$60, that's crazy.
I labeled them, so then I'm just like organized with the clothes that are in each bag. So then I can just like grab each one that I need, and they're super nice because they just like crunch down. One of them's kind of underneath the driver's seat, and the other ones are just kind of packed inside of the well. I also have my climbing bag for climbing adventures, you know. Yeah, so that's where I keep my clothes. And with the bed, I don't know if you wanna look at this really quick. I have a piece of plywood. I like did all the measurements where it rests on this back of the chairs, but then also on the middle console. When it slides forward, there's like a little section, so then it creates counterbalance. This is also the size that is for the trunk portion, so that slides onto the trays that I made. And then the bed can be folded back just like in Nichon. So then it like goes into like normal driving mode.
Does the plywood make your bed like flatter a little bit?
It does like support it, so that's the reason why I have this one, so that this bed just doesn't curl off the edge of the seat. So.
Our bed is kind of like, the feet are higher than the head, so we like to park like angling front downhill a little bit.
Is it angled a little bit?
Yeah, so like if we laid down on a perfectly flat surface, our feet would be like above where our heads are. So we like to try to like put the front wheels a little bit lower than the back wheels to like counterbalance it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I was lucky enough that like even when I was looking for a car, I literally like tried to find ones that the seat folded down pretty flat and stuff. That and could fit my crash pad. When I was buying cars, I brought my crash pad with Jonathan, and we just like went to dealerships, and we were like, could we look inside? And then we just like threw this pad, and we're like, it doesn't work, and then moved on to the next one. That was our car.
They're like, you don't want to test drive it, or
right. I was like, I just need it to fit crash pad. So that's the setup.
Yeah, we didn't even think about that with Nichon. We're just like, hey, $5,000 SUV.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah. And then it just happened to be perfect.
Exactly. And you made it work too. And any car that you have, like, you can make it work.
Yeah, you can. People we know like sleep out of a Prius. Like.
Yeah, literally. People can make it work. Definitely recommend these wipes, bath wipes. Like even Roman and Jade have some kind of bath wipes. Just cleaning yourself off a little bit each night, you know. Okay, let's go look at my battery. Okay, and
this is where he sleeps.
That's my hammock.
Yeah.
That's usually in the back, like you said. But this is my Jackery. Right now it's charging, so it has this 200-watt solar panel that has these like tripod stuff, or like, legs, that you can just angle it up at the sun. And right now...
You need to move it.
Yeah, you gotta move it. Let's see. Right now, on the battery, we're getting 90-ish watts of power going into it, and that's while charging like camera batteries and all that, and my phone. But this is my Jackery, so it's a Jackery 1000. Again, this is just in the passenger footwell. That just powers my fridge and then charges my phone and camera gear and computers and all that. You don't need anything expensive like that, but it's like good to have when you have a lot of technology that you need to use, like camera stuff,
Mr. YouTube man,
drone stuff, you know. That's pretty much the setup. This can also lay flat like this, and I lay that sometimes on the roof of my car, and then the cord gets run through one of my windows and then to here, so
which is already in your footwell.
Which is already in my footwell. So if I don't want to actually bring it all out, then I can just charge it like that. So.
All right. Anything else? Is there anything that you would change if you were to like rebuild? Would you finish your wooden portion?
Yeah, so I definitely want to finish my wooden portion. I have all the tools that I need to finish it. I just don't have the time and stuff. So I'm gonna finish that. I also want a roof rack, and I want this one that has like a flat platform. It's more of a flat platform, so then I can like lay down on the top and look at stars and stuff. And I want these like cargo boxes that kind of can fit more organized on the top. So again, I like all this like organization type stuff.
It makes it easier when you're in a small space, for sure. That's something we struggle with a little bit. As you could see, like in Nichon, we had like folded up like jackets on top of shoes, and that just gets like crammed behind the seat. But also, again, more stuff, less space. Like, you do what you have to.
Right. And that's the thing too, like I just cleaned and stuff, so it's a lot nicer, but still like there's a lot of stuff going on since we're literally living in our cars, but it gets messy. Like, I like to get it messy and get all clothes everywhere during the day, and then and like sleep during the night and stuff, but then in the mornings, that's when I'll kind of straighten things away.
He pees outside. That's the face of a man who pees outside.
That is the end of the video. As you can see, there's two different types of car camping. One where you have multiple people and a dog, and then me, just singular.
You and all of your electronics.
Right, me and just electronics. So you get to see two different sides of the story, and hopefully that inspires you to either go whichever route that more aligns with you, or even just somewhere in the middle.
Whatever you're like
if you have a car or you're looking for a car, whatever works best with your situation.
Yeah.
Because like even just in these two cars, there's a bunch of different situations that play in.
Right. Because what if I had to design for multiple people and a dog, you know? So I would encourage you to look at your car in different ways and kind of be unique about the solutions that you have to different problems that you may have, and then just find whatever works for you.
Yeah. Definitely is a hell of an experience for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Either way, like, it's just fun to get out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And regardless of the tools that you have, you can still make it work. So.
Exactly. Cool.
Sick. So I will leave possibly some links to some of the gear that we have, just so you can check it out. Do the expensive stuff, the cheap stuff, obviously dollar store, Walmart, like find stores that you can find cheap stuff.
Support local businesses too if you have them.
Even Facebook Marketplace, like used things. You can buy used things that still work for what you need. And yeah.
Happy trails.
Yeah, happy trails.
Have fun.